This, of course, is our workshop, an exploration of resources and strategies relating to the teaching of ethnic studies. Um, we're so happy that you could be here today. My name, of course, is Laura Esparza, and I'm division manager of a unit of the Austin Parks and Recreation Department called the Division of Museums and Cultural Programs. I manage 12 cultural facilities for the Parks Department, including 3 cultural centers, the Emma S. Barrientos Mexican American Cultural Center, the George Washington Carver Museum and Cultural Center, and the Asian American Resource Center. You're going to have a chance to meet all 3 of these centers as they are resources for material for your programs, and you're going to meet some of their staff over the 2 days of this workshop, today and April the 17th. I myself am a product of ethnic studies. I am matriculated through an ethnic studies graduate program. It was actually a graduate program in Latino theater at UCSD in the 1990s. And then I had the opportunity to teach ethnic studies in the Seattle Community College system. Going through that program was a life-changing experience for me. Not only did it expand my knowledge of American history, it also created a very intense period of introspection and identity development for myself as an adult. I'm guessing that this might be the same kind of experience for you and your students. So I'm very excited to introduce you today to the staff of the Emma S. Barrientos Mexican American Cultural Center, or the MAC, as we call it for short. This is not all of their staff, this is just their education staff. And today we have with us Olivia Tamzarian. Her picture is off, but Olivia is here. She is a supervisor of programs at the MAC. We have Lori Navarrete, who is our education specialist, and program staff Cassie Smith, Futa Afoma Oni, and yeah, that's our teaching staff. Leading our workshops today will be Dr. Philippa Rappaport, Manager of Community Engagement at the Smithsonian Center for Learning and Digital Access, and Dr. Chris Milk Bonilla, Adjunct Professor in Curriculum and Instruction at Texas State University. Chris has brought with him 2 of his teaching assistants, Roberto Young of the Benson Collection at UT, and Araceli Lara McNair, a scholar working on Austin murals research. Now, I think everyone is here. We're so happy to see you, and I'll hand it over to Philippa.
Good morning, everyone. It's so great to see you here, and it's great to be here with all of you. So as Laura said, I work at the Smithsonian Center for Learning and Digital Access, which is a central office at a central education office at the Smithsonian. And we really work to try to help teachers across the country use digital museum content in their classrooms. And so for today's workshop, we'll really be looking at strategies to use museum resources in the ethnic studies classroom in particular. And the platform that we'll be using is the Smithsonian Learning Lab. That is a free online platform where you can discover digital museum resources from across the Smithsonian. That's presently, we have over 5 million objects that have been digitized, and also beyond. You can create interactive learning experiences with these objects, and then you can share your discoveries and what you've created with others. By the end of the workshop, each of you will create a learning resource in the lab. And if you decide to publish it, these lessons will be available to anyone online. So this workshop is part of a series that we're doing in 4 Texas cities. And these programs are produced in partnership with the local museum and university colleagues from each cohort. The program that's now in its second year is funded by a grant from the Latino Initiatives Pool, which is administered by the Smithsonian Center. And the aim of it is to train educators to produce learning content for Texas educators of ethnic studies, Mexican American studies, African American studies. And the larger goal is that all of the content that's produced will help not just all of us in this cohort working together, but it will then be available to any teachers across the country. And there are many states that are increasingly teaching these area studies courses. So we're just really happy to be a part of this big project. So I'd like to take a moment to just thank Laura and Chris and the whole team at the MAC, and also Christy at MindPop, and I'm really looking forward to working with you all.